All right, what's going on, everybody? I love it when it says you are live. Let's go live on Instagram as well and see how that works out. Hello, Instagram. All right. Getting back here. We'll see how that works out on Instagram. I don't know exactly what I'm doing with Instagram, but hey, I'm not a professional editor or YouTuber or any of those things. I'm a professional trader, and I am here to get you guys consistently profitable. So, hey, look, check out last night, scaled out of a position on the Russell. And that's the real power of having a trade plan that either involves a market like futures or forex. That market is running basically 24/7, not really 24/7, right? But late at night, if you're on the computer and you get a signal, or you're looking at some charts and you start seeing TrendCloud forming, some 5-minute signals that are actually in your scanner, why not go take a look at it? Okay, and that's what I did. Made a little over 1%. Okay, right. So we hit that 2-to-1 target. We hit that 3-to-1 target. Good morning, Kazi. Good to see you. Yeah, so having a system that's working for you. What's up, Gary? Good to see you, buddy. It is beneficial. It's very beneficial, okay, to have a system that's kind of working for you 24/7. And, so what do you need? Well, you need to be trading, futures. You need to be or working on, some Forex. Oh, nice. Oh, hey, Kazi is working on his first video on explaining the scoring system. That's going to be really exciting. I'm going to really enjoy that, man. Yeah, that would be really cool. That would be really cool. See, when you're really involved with the process of trading, stuff like this happens, right? You're like, oh man, I think I can create a scoring system here, or maybe I can use this CCI indicator on the middle time frame. As you progress and as you learn through different mentors, through different books you read, through whatever, you start making this stuff your own. And that's when it becomes very powerful. So you will all start to feel that as you move along with this. And it's very exciting, because we really enjoy the process of trading. We really enjoy, putting these pieces together across multiple time frames and refining our system, refining our trade plan. And once you start refining everything, you start becoming consistent, right? You start becoming consistent. On Friday, we'll touch base with everybody and we'll see what everybody's doing. And we'll go over, the trades. This position right here that I scaled out of yesterday, let's just go over it. I'm so bummed out because it's still going. Okay, let's go over to the micro Russell. There you are right there. And you can see where we got into, or where I got into this trade. And that is on the 15-minute chart. Okay, it was a 15-minute TrendCloud signal and it was right here. So what was I looking at right here? Okay. It was like 7:15 Eastern at night, sitting here, and that Russell trade was, that really turned out, man, oh man, that really turned out very well. So this is it right here. It was on the scanner. That was number one. Popped over to my screen here to look at everything. I saw the signal was forming on the 15-minute chart. Okay. And I said, all right, let's now put the trade plan in place, right? So we've got one right here. Then we've got another one here. And I said, all right, well, what do we have? Well, downtrend on the 15, downtrend on the 1 hour. Momentum was down. Downtrend on the, I believe it was the daily. The 4 hour is now in a downtrend. But the daily chart was in a downtrend, and the daily chart was cycling down, and the daily chart had momentum down. So it was basically this. Okay, so I was looking at this, and as you know, the higher time frame always takes precedence. The only thing that was bothering me was the fact that this was extended, right? The 1 hour trend was extended, and I said, okay, well then let's just keep a tight stop on it in case it reverses. And what were we shooting for? I was shooting for this right here. Okay, I was shooting for the 50 simple on that daily chart as a target because it's also a market edge, right? There's your demand zone right there. So there's the demand zone on the daily chart. Let's see what it looks like on the 4 hour. And we are slamming right into, right now, we're slamming right into the daily 50 simple, right? So everything on your high time frame, right? Everything on your high time frame is either going to be a market edge or a major level of support and resistance. Frank Savino in the house. Good morning. So that's what I was doing. So let's think about this. We had TrendCloud signals on the 15-minute chart. 15-minute chart, downtrend. Momentum on the middle chart, down. Trend on the middle chart was down, right? Daily chart, cycling down and momentum down. So we had a lot of information to the downside. But because we were in this upward trend on the daily, right? Daily chart is still in an upward trend. We were like up here, right? We're up here right now. So we had to go from here all the way to here, and that was from here down to the demand zone should be a target because that's a major level of support. So that's what we were looking at, or that's what I was looking at. And I said, okay, I'm going to take this trade. Here's the TrendCloud signal. There's my stop loss. I'm going to take my, 2-to-1, and then it was like 3-to-1 and trail the rest, right? I wanted to take the most profit that I could. So I exited the trade, and you can see what I did here. I exited the trade, 10 contracts. I had 12 contracts altogether. So you see right here, 10 shares taken off at 2-to-1. Okay, there's my $250 profit. Then I took off another share right at the bottom, right here where that green line is, right at the bottom of that doji candle. Because you have to remember, all right, the trend is extended, right? The trend is extended. This thing can pull back above the 50 at any moment because we're extended. So I said, okay, I'm going to scale out there. So I took that 2-to-1. This was a little bit more than 3-to-1. This was like 3.5-to-1. And then I started trailing the very last contract. And I said, okay, I'll trail this as far as it's going to go. And what I did was I put that very last contract on the 2-to-1 target. Okay, so I put it right at that 2-to-1 target. And what did it do? It came back just to that 2-to-1 target and then went all the way down to that 50. Okay, but I didn't know that was going to happen. You'll never know that's what's going to happen. The main thing is we got risk-free. Okay, we got risk-free right at that 2-to-1 target. And, in a trade like this, you can get risk-free at 1-to-1. Just imagine getting risk-free as quickly as possible. Especially, look, it's late at night. The trend is extended here on the 1 hour. You've got to have this in your head and sort of, you just got to think ahead. Should we get risk-free now? And now if I let all 12 contracts go right to here, okay, it would have been a little over $1,000. I would have made the 8%, right? 8% of 20,000 is what? 1,066 or something like that. So I would have made it. I would have had everything done in a week ahead of schedule, right? But you don't know what's going to happen. So you've got to scale out of the position. And if you do go to TradingView and you go to my idea section right here, I did post it. Okay, I posted a picture of it. Let's see if the picture, picture's going to come up. So here's the picture. Here's the trade, right? And you can see I posted this as I was in the trade. And if you hit this little button here, you can, okay, what happened? There you go. So you hit that little button and you can see that the trade worked out, right? You can see what it looks like. All right, so that's what happened from when I posted until now. So you can see it came down, hit that 2-to-1, and man, it just went all the way. So, and it scored, oh, look at that. And it scored a 9 out of 10 on Kazi's scoring system. Very interesting, man. Very interesting. Gary, can we see the chart layout for the 8 equities you look at? Are they all 5-minute? Oh, yeah. So they're all 5-minute. So what I did was, Gary, I was looking at this, okay? I said, okay, Micro Russell is on here, and I was seeing a signal taking place on the 15-minute chart. And so I said, oh, okay, well, let's go check it out. So I went here, and the 5-minute, let's see, where is it? The 5-minute was also showing a signal, I believe. I can't, let's see, where was it? Was this it? Five-minute chart. The 5-minute chart, yeah, I believe here we are. Okay, so that 5-minute chart was like this. Okay, it was like up in here, right? Here it is. And it was just starting to cross over. So I understood that this was a corrective move on the 5-minute chart. And right here, okay, right here at 7:45. Yeah, right here at 7:45, we got the 5-minute crossover. But on the 15-minute chart, okay, on the 15-minute chart, it was the signal. See that? So sometimes you'll get the signal on the 15, and you can see it taking place on the 5 right here. So 15-minute chart, there's your entry, there's your stop loss. Obviously, if you see it on the 15-minute chart, it's even more powerful, right? Because as you go up in time frame, everything becomes more and more relative, or more stronger. Mass psychology, right? So that is what I saw. So yeah, you can see those signals on the 5-minute or the 15-minute. The 5-minute is what we look at here, so that we could see those signals taking place as quickly as possible. So longer term chart, it was giving it, right. We pulled correction, right. We made this correction back into the trend cloud. That is the basic movement of price on your TrendCloud system, right? Basic movement of price on the TrendCloud system. Right? Impulse, correction into the cloud. Impulse, correction into the cloud. Impulse down, correction into the cloud. Impulse down, correction into the cloud, and then kind of goes sideways. Impulse all the way to the 50 simple. Correction all the way to the 50 simple, and then an impulse all the way down. Correction all the way to the 50 simple, breaks above it, but doesn't close above. Impulse down, right? Correction into the trend cloud, impulse down, correction into the trend cloud, impulse down. That is the general movement, okay, of TrendCloud. That's how price moves in TrendCloud. So once your eye starts to become aware of that, you can now have a map of where you are on multiple time frames, right? It's like, oh, okay, well, let's see. We're on the 15-minute chart, and we're pulling back into the trend cloud. So I know this is an area. If the trend continues down, this is going to be an area that I'm interested in. All right, because I know that that is how price moves on the trend cloud. So now you can relate that across your multiple time frames, right? Like right here, for instance, pulled back into the trend cloud. Okay. What do we have here? Well, let's look left. Oh, okay. We've got this right here. Make that red. Okay. That is a rally-based drop inside that 15-minute trend cloud. How does that relate to the higher time frame? Trend is extended here. So if I do take this short, it's very possible that this, pulls back quite deep above the 50 simple here on the 1-hour chart. And look at that. It's actually running right into the 50 simple on the highest time frame. So this makes sense here that this is, becoming extended, and you're putting all those pieces together. When do we buy? When do you buy the Russell? Okay, so when do you buy the Russell? So you're going to buy the Russell when everything starts reversing, okay, Libris? So right now, right now, you want to be thinking like, okay, when is this going to end? Well, we've got some clues, right? Right here, highest time frame, we're running into that 50 simple. We're still on the daily chart, we're still in an uptrend on the daily chart, right? You got to remember, highest time frame, the context of the highest time frame is very important. You cannot ignore that. Even though you're all caught up in this short that you're making all this money on, yeah, absolutely, man. Libris is like, I'm a beginner, guide me. Absolutely. That's why you're here, right? That's why we're all here. Um, so, um, so yeah, so you want to start to make observations. If you're a beginner, just take it slow and just start making observations. And that's what you're doing. You're here and you're making observations and you're saying, all right, well, when do we buy this thing? So that's why you need to put this information together into a trade plan, and all of that will come, Libris. All of that will come. So instead of saying, when do we buy, let's just talk about the movement of this thing and what it's slamming into here, right? So again, daily chart is showing an uptrend, and the 50 simple moving average, that's a major level of support, okay, in this particular case. So we're pulling back into the uptrend, right? We're pulling back into this uptrend, hitting that 50 simple. And if you look left, right here, you've got a demand zone, okay? So you've got this market edge, all right? And, we don't know what's going to happen here, right? Some people say, oh, demand zone, that's when this happens. Well, not necessarily. We have to wait and see. What are some indications that this could be turning around so that we could become a buyer, right? It's kind of like watching a bus go down a busy street. If you're watching a bus going down a highway and you're watching from a building above, and you're looking down at this bus, you can pretty much predict what the bus is going to do without having any communication with the bus driver. You can look at the blinkers, right? Oh, he's putting on his left blinker. Oh, I bet you he's going to be going left. Maybe there's a traffic light that's turning yellow, and you can say, oh, he's going to be slowing down because that traffic light is yellow. It's going to be turning red soon. And then maybe there's some construction up ahead, right? Represented by this 50 simple moving average. And you can say, well, when price gets to that 50 simple moving average, it might slow down or it might break right through it, right? But most likely it's going to do something, okay? So that's what we're looking for on the charts. And, that's how you make these technical assumptions, all right? I don't like to use the word predict because we're not in our grandmother's attic with the crystal ball, and the red cloak and everything. Okay. So, so right here, we're in an extended trend on the 1 hour time frame, and we're in a demand zone, right? So those are two pieces of information saying, hey, you know what? This might be slowing down, and we might start seeing, some reaction off of this. Well, what would another reaction be? So far we've got extended trend. Okay. We're hitting the 50 simple on the high time frame inside of a demand zone. All right. That's some more information. Go to your lowest time frame, and perhaps we'll start seeing a termination of the trend. And how do you see termination of a trend? Well, when you see a break of structure right there. Okay, let's open that up. How do you know the downtrend is terminated? Well, when price breaks above previous structure, the trend is terminated. What tends to happen in this situation here, okay, is your CCI indicator is going to start creeping above very closely to that positive 100 line, okay? Krishnan, what's going on, buddy? You're going to start saying, aha, okay, CCI is showing strength to the upside, all right? We're still in a downtrend, Libris. We're still in a downtrend, okay? But these are the little signals that our bus driver is giving us, our bus driver on price, right, is giving us to let us know, hey, get ready. You might want to be a buyer soon. Okay. And so so that is the first thing that could happen there, right? Breakthrough structure, downtrend is terminated. Now let's say we get a break above positive 100 on that CCI indicator. The CCI indicator tells us whether or not we're in a strong trend. If it's below negative 100, we're in a strong downtrend. If it's above positive 100, we're in a strong uptrend. So as we're looking at this, we get a break of structure. Trend is terminated to the downside. The higher time frame is showing something like this, okay, where the CCI indicator breaks above now positive 100. This corrective move here on your 1 hour chart, this corrective move is now showing very strong signs of upward momentum, okay? So what do we look for the trend reversal signal? When we see this, this is going to let us know we can take those supplies, those demand zones. It's going to look like this, Libris. A pullback, right? Previous resistance now becomes support, and then a move up, okay? And by this time, we've broken another level of structure, and we should be seeing those TrendCloud signals. That's when we would take the TrendCloud signals, okay? So TrendCloud signals are a momentum-based signal. Supply and demand zones, that is a level of imbalance between buyers and sellers. Supply and demand zones, you'll find out, outpaces and well, I'm not going to say outperforms, but it does outpace any type of indicator, because indicators are just mathematical equations, okay? So it will outpace that. So because indicators like moving averages and MACDs and stuff are a little bit lagging, and you want them to be lagging, but because they're lagging, they're not going to react right away, but supply and demand zones will act right away. Okay, so in this case, let's say you're looking for a demand zone, okay, on this pullback, what you're going to see, if you look left, you'll probably see some candles, okay, making a formation like that, well, like this right here, this rally base drop, right? Or even this rally base drop here. So now you've got a nice little demand zone to pull back into so that you could take the trade. So we would then, on this type of strategy, you would take the trade there, your stop loss would be there, and that's what you would, and then you would follow it up as the trend reverses. So that is, when somebody asks, when do you become a buyer? What you're really asking them is, what is your trade plan for taking an entry? Right, Libris? What is your trade plan for taking an entry? So as a beginner, it's very easy to say, hey, when are you going to be a buyer on this thing? And I remember asking that same question. I'm sure a lot of us in here do, right? And then you start, as you go on, Libris, you're going to be like, oh wow, now there's another piece of information. Oh, and then there's this piece of information, and then there's this. So right now, Libris, you're in a information gathering stage, and you're making observations. And what you want to do is you want to start taking those observations and writing them down, just as notes. Don't worry about, I got to come up with some kind of trade plan. Just start writing down your observations, right? For everybody, for everybody, and that's what we all do. So yes, it does help. You find a mentor that you like. If they have a course, take their course and learn. I used to find a mentor every year. Find somebody that you like, and you stick with them, for 6 months to a year or whatever. You learn what they're doing. If you like them, you continue to communicate with them, and then you'll read something one day, right? Like, we're always reading books in here, right, guys? We got The Rule by Mr. Larry Hite. Very interesting guy, right? First hedge fund manager to reach $1 billion in America. And Larry Hite talks about asymmetrical leverage, trading in the zone, right? Trading in the zone. Mark Douglas. You should see the inside of my books, right? They all have they're all like pencil underlined. You'll get crazy with this stuff, man. And you'll just start writing down your observations into notes. And then you're going to go over your notes and you're going to say, okay, I've got like 3 pages of notes here. Let me start putting this together. And let me start observing, can I see this happen again? Take that 50 simple moving average. It's on every single platform. Put it on your chart. Put that 50 simple moving average on your chart. Go to the daily chart of something, whatever, and just notice, okay, well, we're in a downtrend below that 50 simple. And look, we broke above the 50 simple and it ended up staying, and then we started climbing. Interesting. Okay. And you just take these observations and then bring it down to the 4-hour chart. What does the 50 simple do on the 4-hour chart? Look at that. 50 simple. Look at how it pulled back to the 50 simple and made a move up and kept going, and then broke below. And now it's, so, with TrendCloud. Okay, Kazi, have a good one, buddy. Great job, man. We're looking forward to seeing that video. On stocks, okay, let's just talk stocks real quick. If you're looking at TrendCloud on a stock, let's go over to a stock here. Name a stock, Libris. What do you like? You like Apple or Amazon or something? What's this, Gary? Gary, what is this? Please click onto the 3 chart sign next to your name. I want to see the sync layout section, specifically what is turned on. Click onto the 3 charts sign next to your name. The 3 chart sign next to my name. Oh. 3 chart. Oh, this here. Oh, okay. Yeah. There you go, Gary. Yep. Crosshair and symbol. Everything else is turned off. Everything else is turned off. Yeah. When you want everything to line up, you just hit time. And everything, wherever you click, it will go across all 3 time frames. So let's just pull up Amazon here, okay? And on your, let me show you something really quick, okay, guys? On Amazon, oh my goodness, look at all this. Let's just scroll back. Let's scroll back to here, okay? And I'm going to put this on replay. All right. Watch this. Just watch this, okay? We're on replay on Amazon here. So Libris, very, very simple technique that you can do to accumulate stocks, not trade. This is not for trading. This is for accumulating stocks that you believe in. This is for everybody, okay? Accumulating stocks that you believe in and that you want to own, okay? Go out to your 1-hour chart on that stock, and you can put your TrendCloud indicator on there, and you can see right now Amazon's on sale, right? Okay, Amazon is on sale, and right there, we get the crossover to the upside, okay? I'm going to buy some Amazon, all right? Buy 2 Amazon. Now let's move forward. Let's move forward. Okay. Trend is becoming extended. What does that mean when the trend becomes extended? It likes to break back below the 50 simple and start to recalculate. Okay. All right. So big extension right there, recalculates, right? Recalculates. We're doing great, right? Still going. Right there, Amazon just went on sale, right? Amazon went on sale. Crosses back above, buy it again, right? Buy some more Amazon, okay? Move forward, goes on sale again. Crosses back above, buy some more Amazon. Move forward. Look at how we're going sideways now. Look at how we're going sideways. Do you see all these plus signs lining up in a row? Well, that clearly shows you, right? And TrendCloud is putting the lines on the chart for you there, but it's showing you sideways movement, right? So, okay, well, why don't we wait for a break of structure right there? Okay, we just broke through structure. Buy some more Amazon, right? Move forward. Oh, wow, we're doing really well. Was that rocket science, guys? Okay, right here. Amazon is on sale. Amazon is on sale. We don't want to be a buyer right now. When do we want to be a buyer? We want to be a buyer, okay? Deep pullback on Amazon. It's on sale. It's on sale. When do we become a buyer? When we start seeing TrendCloud, boom, right there. Break to the upside, buy some more Amazon. Move forward. Oh, looky there. Oh, look at this. Pretty nice, huh? So imagine if you did that on stocks that you wanted to invest in, okay? You did that on stocks that you wanted to invest in. Well, there you go. That's how you become a buyer of stocks, Libris, okay? That's how you become a buyer of stocks in an objective way to accumulate. We don't trade that way. Trading is for short-term rapid growth. All right. But if you want to accumulate stocks, you've got yourself a little system there of accumulating large cap stocks that actually are for investing in. All right. So you do that with your options, and you can make a lot of money that way. So all right. So getting back here, let's go back to our green list. Okay. So back to the Russell. And what do we see here? Okay. We were just talking about this. Looks like the downtrend is about to end, right? Okay. It's 9:40. Everything opened up at 9:30. And let's see. Looks like we are making a move here, right? Let's go out to the 4-hour. Oops. 4-hour chart starting to hook back up. Momentum is still very strong to the downside. So any at this point, anything going short, I would be very cautious of. Let's bring up the ADR checkpoints. Okay, we're almost at that first ADR checkpoint, right, guys? So daily chart, we have hit that 50 simple moving average. That's a major level of support inside of our demand zone here. Inside of our demand zone. All right, so we're low on the curve, or we're low on that market edge, and we've got we already made our move here. Okay, and this happened around 7 o'clock at night. Okay, so it doesn't matter really the time. I've noticed that the strongest moves take place from 7 a.m. to 11, but that doesn't mean you're not going to have trades like we did last night, around 7 o'clock or so. So there we go. So that's really good that we were talking about, hey, when should we be a buyer on the micro Russell? Well, it's starting to happen, right? So if we get a break of structure here, we can say that 15-minute trend has been terminated, and we can start looking for the entire system to be in alignment with each other. That's the only time we're going to be a buyer here. Okay, so we want to be a buyer when we have trend and momentum on our side across multiple time frames, right? Just how we took the trade here to go short, we're going to do the same thing, only in the opposite direction to go long, right? We have to have trend going up on multiple time frames. We've got to have momentum going up across the multiple time frames. And then we have to start seeing those upward signals on TrendCloud. That's it. That's how you become a buyer on that bad boy. So what else do we have here? We've got all the indexes are on here. Let's go over and take a look at the micro S&P. And micro S&P, as you know, everything sort of moves in the same direction, right? On the Matt Lucy, holy cow. What's up? Matt Lucy, real quick on Russell. What's up? 15-minute chart is crossed over on the green on the Russell. I don't see that, Matt. I'm on, let's see. Matt, I see the 15-minute The 15-minute trend cloud is still down, right? Must be, yeah. Let's take a look. Double click onto that trend cloud, Matt. Double click, okay? And you're on the 15-minute chart. And I think what you might have is you've got this unchecked here. You probably have your current time frame as resolution. You're probably on a higher time frame, or maybe you're on a lower time frame. So make sure that these are all checked here. Use current time frame as resolution. Make sure that's checked. And then go down here where it says moving average. Use current chart resolution. Make sure that's checked as well. Okay. 15, 34, and 2. That is what you want. All right. We were doing some experimenting. Yeah, 15-minute on the, yep, no worries. So still trying to break structure there on that Russell. Now, all the indexes, from what I was saying, all the indexes, okay, will usually move in the same direction. So if one thing is happening on the Russell, it should be happening on the S&P and the NASDAQ and the Dow as well. The Russell usually moves faster, right? The Russell usually makes the first move, and then the rest sort of chase after it. And they're all showing up in our scanning system. And the scanning system, as you know, we're looking for 15-minute trend and the 1 hour momentum to be in alignment with each other. So if it's in alignment to the downside, it's going to be showing up here. If it's in alignment to the upside, it's going to be showing here. When you see your scanning system and you've got one column longer than the other, my suggestion is to focus on the longer column, because that means market sentiment is to the downside. Okay, so the overall market is to the downside. And so what do we have here? Well, we know what's happening with the indexes. Let's go over to crude oil. Okay, so crude oil made its way back down, to that $70 mark. And this is the 15-minute chart. It has become extended. And so what are we looking for? How do we know? Is this going to go lower? Let's get over to the 4 hour. Okay. So 15-minute charts extended. We're starting to pull up above that 50 simple moving average. And that means we're going to be recalculating. And that's what we want. We still don't know what this thing is going to do yet, though. We're in a downtrend on all 3 time frames. That's very powerful. We don't want to go against the trend. We want to go with the trend. And as you see, momentum filter right here, momentum filter on the high time frame is down. Momentum on your CCI indicator is still below negative 100, right? It's just starting to creep above back into that middle shaded area there. And, so this has a lot of potential to continue the downward movement. So let's just talk about our trade plan here and what we do to get into trades. And if we're looking at this situation on the 15-minute chart where it's extended, well, we want to make sure that we recalculate, right? So when price breaks above and closes above the 50 simple, we're going to recalculate. Now, the downtrend on the 15-minute, as of right now, it is terminated. So there's a possibility of this happening, right? But with all of this downward trend and downward momentum, how possible is that? This could be very short-lived as it pulls back into the 1-hour trend cloud right here. Okay, so we might get a little something like this. Now let's go and start looking for supply zones. Where are the supply zones inside of this 1-hour trend cloud? Well, we've got a whole consolidation pattern right here, don't we? Right? Look at all of this is support, 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 and then finally broke through. Right? So previous support, right, can become resistance. So all through this, right, here's consolidation here. All through here, very possible that's where we make the move back down again. And on TrendCloud, 6th wave pulls down, 7th wave pulls back up, recalculates, and then continues the move down. So we're waiting for more information to start taking those trades. Once this happens, if we see this information on our chart, we can start looking for those trend cloud signals to the downside. And we can take those trades. Enter the trade, stop loss, right? Pulls back, hits this. We start getting those trend cloud signals, enter the trade, and we start moving down, right? And we start following the trade down, scaling out of the position. All right. So waiting for information is basically what your trade plan is. Your rules of engagement for entering a trade. That is what your trade plan is. So this would be really good to take a snapshot of. Let me do like that for you and pull everything off. That would be really good to take a snapshot of, because that's going to remind you about a process and waiting for your move to take place. We only want to trade the perfect entries. Okay, we only want to trade perfect setups because we're in this for short-term rapid growth. We're not going to be accumulating futures contracts. You don't accumulate futures contracts. You don't accumulate Forex pairs, right? You trade them. And trading these futures contracts or Forex pairs requires short-term rapid growth, and that has to be incorporated into your trade plan. So building your case for entry is very important, and that's what your trade plan is, okay? And that is what TrendCloud gives you. It gives you a visual representation of what's going on during that process, right? Boy, that is, crude oil has just gone completely sideways there. Let's recalculate the chart, open this up, and just take a look. Let's just take a look at this thing. Okay, sometimes I like to put TrendCloud on there, just the 50 simple. You can do that as well. You can turn everything off and just leave that 50 simple on there. And use it like that. And it's really nice for making observations, right? Breaks below the 50, stays below the 50, right? Starts breaking above, goes sideways, breaks through some structure, and then breaks back below, right? This thing really likes staying below the 50, right? So your strongest moves on crude oil, take place when you are below, right? All in here. Here's your strongest moves. Take place when you're below that 50, right? If you're above the 50, okay, great, right? From here to here, these are the strongest moves taking place. So timing your moves, timing everything on the lower time frames, very, very important. And how are we timing our entries? By looking at our system, our trading system, right? Cycling up. So here we got a downtrend. So on the high time frame, we want to make sure that we are cycling down and that our momentum filter is also down, right? That's going to give us the best moves to go short on our lower time frames. That's why this is so important to incorporate into your trade plan. So, as a beginner, when you're asking yourself, when am I a buyer? When am I a seller? Well, that has to do with your trade plan. And the very first part of it is understanding how price moves in a trend. Okay. And that's why we built TrendCloud, right? So we went beyond, TrendCloud went far beyond just a line in the sand. Oh, okay. Well, anytime you're below the 50, start taking shorts. Anytime you're above the 50, start taking longs. That's extremely, rudimentary, right? That's a very simple observation. Now you got to get a little bit more complex with it. And so what did we do? We said, okay, let's develop a system here that would actually give me signals to let me know when I should be a buyer, to let me know when I should be a seller. And we're going to put it together in a trade plan, and we're going to follow that trade plan. Now you've got something solid. Now you're making money. Now you're consistent. Okay. Now you're consistent. So, as you guys know, right now we are in a prop trading firm challenge, and we are trying to make 8% of our $20,000 account in 2 weeks. Okay. So this Friday we'll be halfway through, and we're going to be looking at the results. We're going to see where we are all at. And then the following Friday, we'll see where we're at. Did we make the 8%? Obviously, I'm using TrendCloud, right? But if you wanted to use a trade plan that you're developing, or you wanted to use something else, hey, that's fine too. Practice with us for free in the simulator, and let's help develop your process, so that if you did want to go and invest with a prop trading firm, and take their challenge and pass through all their crazy rules and everything. Matt sent me an article the other day on FTMO. I haven't gotten through it, but I listened to a little bit of what you sent, Matt, and my goodness, these prop trading firms, guys, I got to tell you, I'm very interested in their methodology. I'm very interested in how they pay people out, okay, and stuff. But there are so many stories of them not paying, and they come up with all these crazy rules because they're making money on your prop trading firm fees, right? They're making money on that $500 fee. $500 fee prop trading firms charge, right? So why not come hang out with TrendCloud, become a member. You don't have to purchase the system yet if you don't want to. You can just hang out with us for free. And if you can't get profitable in your own simulator, how are you going to get profitable in a prop trading firm simulator? And guys, if you're a beginner, don't go out and buy a $20,000 trading bot. There's a company out there right now, and I believe they're called. Was it Blue Edge Financial? They've got one hell of a marketing campaign. Their trading bot is $20,000. Okay, their trading bot's 20 grand. I spoke with them, and just use our trading bot. And I'm not saying they're liars. I would never do that, but that's very expensive for a beginner to do that. Matt, if you want to reset, just go over to your paper trading account here. All righty. And then you go to this little gear box, and it will say account settings. Click onto that, and it just says reset account. Click onto reset account, and it'd be interesting to put the if anybody finds out what the commission, I never know what to put in there, but just set it to 20,000. Don't worry about that yet. We want to get consistent. Our goal is to become consistent. So that's what you do, Matt. It's right here next to your account name under paper trading, gearbox, reset account, and just type in 20,000 and set it to 20 grand. And then when you take trades, it will log everything in that account history. So that's it, guys. That's it for today. We run this live trading session from 9 to 10 Eastern. I've got a little link here for you guys. Anybody who would like to, let me post that in here. There's a link there for you. Anybody who wants to sign up for the free trade plan or jump into the private Facebook group, there's a bunch of videos in there for you. And you can also join us on YouTube. And I think the majority of you are watching here on YouTube, I believe, right? Facebook. Oh, Libris is watching on Facebook. Okay, cool. Awesome. Very cool. So yeah, so there you go. Join the Facebook group. It's all in there. You can just click onto that link, and it will bring you right there. Anybody want to look at anything before we call it a day? We went over the micro Russell and why we got into that trade. Everything else, crude oil, everything else that we're seeing kind of has mixed signals going on here. Let's put the scanner back up right there. YouTube. Yep, Gary's on YouTube. So yeah, so that is about it for today, guys. So good job. Continue to develop your process. Put TrendCloud up there. Make sure you understand how price is moving inside of TrendCloud. Okay, and just start drawing those lines. You're very welcome, Matt. Very welcome. So just draw those lines out on your TrendCloud system. Impulse down, correction back into TrendCloud. Impulse down, correction back into TrendCloud. Just make those observations and then look at it across multiple time frames. Notice when Go back in time. Notice when you have an extended trend. Okay, so we're on the 15-minute chart. Trend is extended. Find out, go back and take a look. When did that happen? Again, look at stuff that happens over and over again. Scroll back. Oh, right here. Okay. What did it do here? Came down, became extended, and it went sideways, pulled up, recalculated, and then broke to the upside. But before it broke to the upside, look what it did, right? It went sideways and then broke to the upside. Here's your crossover. 1, 2, right? It kind of went back and forth here, right, for a while, and then started to break back down. Just make those observations. Anywhere else, we'll do one more. Right here. Here's 2 of them. Here, trend became extended, broke back above the 50, started the uptrend. Trend became extended, went really extended up to that 9th wave, 10th wave, broke below the 50 and started a short move down. Went sideways and then, a mix of stuff. Do that. Start looking for extended trends and what happened after the extended trend. That will be really good homework for you guys to make, and it'll take you 10 minutes to look at and just start making those observations and write it down. What did price do when it became extended? Broke back above the 50 simple, recalculated, and reversed. Or did it break back above the 50 simple, recalculate, and continue the move down? Just make those observations. Okay? All right, everybody. Great session today. I will see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. Take care, everyone.